Wait, can you feel like
these guys are very degenerate. Guys, this is guys, you're about to see a degenerate content. Okay, I'm just letting you guys know. This is Jubilee, so it's this prompt, this premise is
stream, Mr. USB.
Instagram models are not real models. Oh, this is a re-upload.
xQcl.
Let's take a look.
And I was okay with.
Instagram
that's
models
agree.
are real models.
That's disagree.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hard disagree. Wow, that's impressive.
if you're posting photos of yourself, you're feeling cute, girl, you are a model, you know?
I definitely think so too. If you're enjoying yourself and promoting yourself naturally and
Yeah, guys, that's just my, unless I don't understand the word modeling or whatever, that would mean that your Facebook pictures, your Twitter pictures, your Instagram, your Snapchat, everywhere you go, if you post a picture, you're modeling, and you're a model, and you're a real model. So I don't know.
you know being
I feel like that kind of downgrades the standard at which people use the word and think of a model.
who you want to be and making money off it most times, then get your coin, girl. Yeah. Okay.
I think also the
It's not
idea
about the money
that
though.
something has to be
Get your coin, girl. It's not about the money. It has nothing to do with it. What?
Promoting yourself naturally and being who you want to be and making money off it most times, then get your coin, girl. Yeah. Okay.
I think also the idea that something has to be monetized for it to be legitimate is also damaging. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because for a long time in my career, I was self-producing things, right? And then people started reaching out to me, oh, do you want to book this campaign, da-da-da-da.
It starts, yeah.
So,
it starts on an income.
right.
I definitely respect what you said, but it was funny because it like literally tinged at my standard. So I started in Atlanta when I was going to college doing modeling. Yes. And I remember I met this beautiful model and she was like, I didn't consider myself a model until it affected my bank accounts. And literally that became my goal, was like, I would not call myself a model until it affected my bank account. Our Instagram models, fashion models, I would probably be way over there.
Same.
But our Instagram models, yes, because whether you're modeling on top of cars, or you're modeling clothes, or you just do hands, or you just do shoes.
I mean, give credit where credit's due. Like, a lot of Instagram models are not only modeling, they are styling, they are doing their makeup, they are self-producing, they are shooting. Like, that is a job. The thing that only frustrates me, at least because I'm not industry standards for like being a fashion model, I feel like a lot of people would see me and maybe think I'm an Instagram model. And it's like, no, actually, like, I pay for my entire life modeling. I feel like people think less of what I do or don't expect that I could be a professional model because of that existence.
But why do you think have to be interlinked so hard? I don't get it. Why can't they be two separate jobs or things? I don't understand it.
Of Instagram models.
I was just thinking of the whole industry and just paying homage and respect to folks that have like gone hard, gone to casting calls, that like have built their portfolio, have gotten rejection from agencies and
well,
things like that.
I don't want to be rude. Wait, people pay? I'm not gonna say anything.
Versus like someone who's just on Instagram. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but like being on Instagram, posting pretty pictures and then getting a bunch of likes.
I have hot take prompts, which are prompts that are submitted by our audience, assumptions that they make about models. Models secretly judge fat people.
I mean, how would they're...
I feel kind of liberated being a plus size model because
Well,
I'm not
how would she... I'm not, guys, I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm not. Does not mean that I haven't had my fair share of extremely fat-phobic situations that I've had on set.
All the 2000s, we grew up on tabloids. When a celebrity would gain weight, especially a woman, it'd be like, oh, look at her in a bikini, like, oh, she's gone off the rails. So I do believe probably some models do have these microaggressions, but it's also...
Wait. What?
All the 2000s, we grew up on tabloids. When a celebrity would gain weight, especially a woman, it'd be like, oh, look at her in a bikini, like, oh, she's gone off the rails. So I do believe probably some models do have these microaggressions, but...
Wait, but that would be the public, though, that would be doing things like that, not the models. Wait, that's correct. People always had tabloid articles about this, but that was the public, and that was writers that would criticize them, not models criticizing these people. That there's
It's
no.
also
that-
the system's fault.
There's no
Not
correlation.
specific to models.
Yeah.
I think it's everyone. Yeah.
Models encourage eating disorders.
I don't think models at all encourage eating disorders. I think what people perceive that models may do in order to stay skinny, but that's on perception, and it's the perception of it that needs to change.
Some of these models do promote going down to
I
a
agree with that,
size
actually.
0, and these agents or agencies are ex-models. We used to watch Tyra Banks, America's Next Top Model. She was
Oh, no, I definitely agree.
extremely severely rude to those girls. Like Takara, the biggest girl on there, and she was a size 12. She used to go down her
Listen. I'm just gonna keep it a buck and a half. Okay. People always like to say, "Oh, influence. Oh, it influences people," and they like to hold that term when things go bad, right? They like to hold people accountable. Well, if you want to keep people accountable and you want to be true about this, about how people get influenced, if a lot of models, if not most models, are like skinny and thin to the point where like, dude, you can't eat 3 meals a day or even 1 meal a day and look like that. Yeah, it does influence people to do things that to get there. Yeah, it absolutely does. It 100% does influence people to do certain things that do affect the way that they eat and the way that they deal with their weight to get there. It does. That's just a point.
In the specific reference that you were talking about, I think that this woman was critiquing the models from her experience and what she knew the industry was. She knew for this young girl who has no name, is not signed, you have to fit the clothes or you don't work at the time. I disagree that models encourage eating disorders on other.
Wait, but that's just how it is though. What? That's like saying we need somebody for our movie who's 6 foot. You're 5 foot, you don't have the role. Okay, what about it? We need some very obese kid for this role. Oh wow, you're not an obese kid. Okay, you don't get the job. I mean, what? That's just kind of how it is, though. You don't fit the clothes, you don't get the job. Okay, so
I think that models encourage eating.
We try to sell a fucking clothing for somebody who is a 6 foot tall and of like average weight or whatever. If you're too big or too small, and you don't fit the clothes, you're not gonna get the job because we're trying to be nice, whatever. They're trying to sell a product here, dude. It's for a target audience. They're trying to sell something for somebody who's 6 foot, average weight, not some I don't know, maybe short, fat dude.
Orders within themselves.
Oh, definitely so. I wouldn't say that they are encouraging directly, but I would say as to Naomi Campbell and Tyra Banks, how they were saying, well, if you're not going to fit the clothes, you can't get work. So is that you should be losing weight or should the clothes be made bigger?
Wow!
Modeling promote.
Wow! Ouch! Dude, I just got a headache for the rest of the day. Holy wow! The level of entitlement.
They are encouraging directly, but I would say as to Naomi Campbell and Tyra Banks, how they were saying, well, if you're not going to fit the clothes, you can't get work. So is that you should be losing weight or should the clothes be made bigger?
Modeling promotes unhealthy beauty standards.
Wait, I'm a certain shape and I want to get the job, so make the clothes different to sell them to another audience that the clothing wasn't made to sell to. What? That.
3, 2.
Wait, what was the question? Modeling promotes unhealthy beauty. Yeah, of course, 100%.
Unhealthy beauty standards.
Super hard.
3,
you cannot disagree with this. It's impossible.
Go.
That is the.
I think the LA industry for
guys.
modeling is becoming a little more inclusive, but I think in the high fashion sense, awful. It's kind of promoted for most girls to have like an eating disorder or stick to this calorie restraint. So
for me, we are the people, and we as the people are society. and society dictates what the industry does. And I think that's the reason why it's become more inclusive of everybody. So it's important that we don't blame our industries for what they do as much as we hold ourselves accountable for what we accept. So when we spend our dollars with this industry, we're actually voting every single time. So a lot of it was prompted because we weren't seeing equal representation. So people were stopping spending their money, so they had to reorganize and recreate, and now they started being more inclusive. It's us as society that dictates what's going to be promoted.
No, he says that society dictates it, but that's kind of incorrect though. I don't fully agree. Okay, there are ideals. There are ideals that the society agrees to. That these are ideals that are very hard to obtain. They're nearly impossible, and it's then the industry that pushes these ideals. Like, yeah, see, that's how you should look. That's how you should, and that does affect backwards after that. Not the society affects what we do on there, so it's not our fault. Like, no, what?
So if it's an unhealthy standard, it's coming from us.
That's
not
offloading blame.
I do think that the reality is we are more affected by what we see than we really understand.
Okay,
like we
fair enough.
internalize a lot of the things that we see. A lot of people my age are starting to get Botox and fillers, and Instagram people or Instagram influencers, excuse me, are getting a lot of artificial work done to their faces to look a certain way. And I think that putting someone that is super young or that has like no wrinkles or that has like no acne in your face every single day, and you see that representation every single day, when you get a flare up, you think it's not normal.
Yeah.
When you have a double chin, you think it's not normal. And those things are not the truth.
It's not necessarily the modeling industry. I think we started to see a shift when the Kardashians exploded, because Paris Hilton size 0, size 2 was like the look, and then here comes Kim, and here comes the family, and big butts, right? And like we went from a system of like stick thin being like the beauty standard to now like hourglass curves, when so many people of other ethnicities have always had this but have been rejected for having these things. And that led us to a whole Facetune, Photoshop era where everybody wants to get a BBL and get...
No, not full hourglass. People still like that size, but they still want a bigger booty. So, in my opinion, there's been a big influx of in my opinion, she's not fully wrong, but like squatting, going to gym to get a booty, specifically booty, but people still wanted the same size frame with a bigger booty. People didn't want a full increase overall. And the standard was people want booty, more booty.
Breast implants and have like a cinched waist and like big butt and all of these fillers, and like I don't think it's the modeling industry as a whole that's promoting that look, more so social media and like these influencers and these reality shows.
Hey, wait a minute, but isn't the premise of the show called Instagram models on your models? It's almost like influencers and social media influencers. That's you right there. Wait, that's you. That's literally you right there. You're talking about yours. Wait a minute.
People that are like Botox and filled to like the brim.
To me, I'm like, do what you want. Like, I have no.
She's blaming. She started blaming social media and overall, but the premise is Instagram models.
And like these influencers and these reality show people that are like Botox and filled to like the brim.
To me, I'm like, do what you want. Like, I have no hate for anyone that wants to do what they want with their body. Like, you have that autonomy, you do you. But I think the big problem that we get at, and I feel like it is more problematic, honestly, in the social media space at times, because they're claiming that everything is natural. They're claiming, oh, I just worked out and I got this body. And it's like those, what might seem like little white lies to them, have impacted our entire generation of these young women especially. It's important that we realize we have that autonomy too. Like, I've done a photo shoot and been edited to Kingdom Come, and like I never had an ounce of cellulite on my ass, and that's just not the case. And we need more people seeing those normal aspects, like you said, acne, wrinkles. Like, people have that,
Wait, then why did she go on disagree then? Wait, then why did she disagree then?
I've done a photo shoot and been edited to Kingdom Come, and like I never had an ounce of cellulite on my ass, and that's just not the case. And we need more people seeing those normal aspects, like you said, acne, wrinkles, like people have that, you know?
I am okay with being photoshopped. 3, 2,
All in agreement. Let's go, everybody in.
Go.
Come on. Don't stall me. No. Don't fucking stall me. Don't fucking do it, man. It's all agree. It's no shot. All agree. Redo the whole show.
I completely agree with being photoshopped. While I don't think it's healthy for the public image, I do this for me. I model for myself, you know, and I've seen my abs be photoshopped.
Here's my hot take. They're gonna try to downplay, make a big deal out of photoshopping it, because in the models and in the magazines they Photoshop, when these motherfuckers probably have 8 filters and a bunch of dog shit on their Instagram pictures, yet they want all the benefits of being a model, but none of the downsides of being a real model. It seems like they want all the good and none of the bad. When you choose that you want to be a model, it comes with the whole package, dude. And your filters and your weird things and your color corrections, that's photoshopping. It's not because it's not Photoshop on your phone and you're doing clicking, but you're still altering the image. That's photoshopping.
And I was okay with it because I was like, it paints a really great picture. You know, I use it for inspiration for myself because I'm like, I know my abs did not look like that at that time. So I'm gonna go get in the gym so I can get my abs to look like that, because they could look like that if I did a little bit of work. So on my end, I'm completely fine with it. Again, it's about the client and the story they're trying to tell, and it's this like unattainable kind of guy sometimes, and it's like, but I think it's more so, again, it's important that people realize that that's the story that's being portrayed. That's not
I'm okay with that.
reality.
That's fair take.
I was on somewhat disagree because it feels wrong, but last week I had a shoot and I was shooting bikini and I had a zit below my butt, and I was like, so like guys, can we just like Photoshop this out? Cause like it's enough that my butt's on a website, but my butt with a zit, I don't know. So
I hear that. I mean, like people like.
Well, my take is that it's not that bad if they're like a company and they're trying to push a product. If you normally look every day of the week you look a certain way, and it's one time your booty has a zit, okay, whatever, dude. Photoshop it. The point is for you to look at your best in that instance, okay, whatever. That's fine.
with a zit, I don't know. So
I hear that. I mean, like.
I'm not gonna go like, oh yeah, today guys we're doing a photo shoot for Olay or fucking whatever, some shampoo. Oh my god, dude, your booty, what is that? It has a thing on it. Oh, but you gotta look natural, and if it just happened, it happens. Do what it is. It's like. Well, not
like
really.
us are probably more likely to be airbrushed significantly more than most people, and I don't want anyone that's going to change my body shape. If it means me being the brave one and kind of being uncomfortable with the way I look in some pictures, whether it be belly rolls or my stretch marks or my cellulite, like I think that that's a necessary evil, at least for me, in terms of like what I want to see change in this industry and like see that positive impact.
As what you were saying,
The
like
what?
a zit or something, and I struggle with dark circles and stuff like that. I want clear skin, and that's the image I want for myself. So I would be.
Okay, that's cap. That's. In my opinion, people want to see and people look for things that they enjoy looking at, and sometimes some flaws. Even if they're natural, whatever, people just don't enjoy looking at them. It doesn't like, let's say, not turn them on, but it doesn't make them It doesn't. It's just kind of like, that's not an opinion. Some things are just not. I don't know, man. It's just
completely fine if someone touches up my dark circles or, makes my legs longer in like a fisheye bubble lens or something, in that sort. But to take away from my stretch marks, to take away from, my stomach, I don't want to perceive something that's not me.
I'll say like this. Okay, you're allowed to. If you want to show things that people don't like it, go right ahead. But don't get mad if people don't consume the product, and don't get mad if people don't like it, and don't blame society that they're wrong for not liking real things because they don't consume it. Because if you choose to show and promote something that is not nice or not beautiful to look at, and people don't consume it, don't go out crying. You did on purpose. Like what?
Because that's not my brand.
When you're on camera, like how you may look to your.
You're allowed to show cellulite or your whatever. I'm allowed to not enjoy it and want not to look at it. And you're not gonna shame me or get mad at me for not consuming your dog shit.
In the mirror doesn't always translate on camera. And then it's like, wait, my pores are that big, or like my eyes look that sunken, or.
And she's right on that though. With the lenses getting better in the industry, it's portraying us even harsher because they'll pick up like wrinkles you didn't even personally see on your face. And so yeah, little touch up, kind of cool with that.
See, I go with that.
I have insecurities about my body.
Everybody, all in heart agree. There's no, all in heart
1,
agree.
go.
It's impossible. It's impossible that you're fully a stable. It's impossible.
I've done a lot of work on myself. Like I used to hate myself, and I've done that work to like come on the other side and recognize that I'm beautiful. But I think the only reason I say somewhat agree is that it's impossible to be in this industry and not be hyper aware of the things that are, you know, that you should change or maybe should alter, or like, oh, this girl's working more than I do. What is, you know, like what's better about her body than mine?
This is a whole cap machine. This is cap. Dude, this is a whole industry of caps.
And that's just in my pure moments of weakness, and not weakness, but in my pure human moments.
Yeah. Let's say in the real world, like if I'm walking down the street as a pedestrian, right? Like my body is like, whatever. But like in our industry and what we do, we think, well, will I book a job if I have this extra like 5 pounds on me? You know what I mean? Or like, would I book a job if I was a little bit taller? So I think that like body image issues that I already had were kind of magnified when I stepped into this.
So I'm like in a great place. So I actually probably should be on like somewhat disagree. Again, my only holdback was like, I'm from the South. I like everything a little bit thicker. So including myself, that is always a self-conscious part I would love.
And he likes
to put on
big
some
booties.
extra muscle one day, which
My
I just know
man.
it comes, but I do sacrifice it for being in the industry at this time. But I completely accept it. I still think it looks good. It's not my ideal self, but it is still a self that I am happy with.
Okay. You know what?
think
I think maybe he misunderstood the premise. Having an insecurity about any part of your body, even if it's really small, it's not a problem. Something that everybody has. Yet you can have high confidence. You can be incredibly confident about how you look, but even just one small thing, that's still an insecurity. That's okay. You go to agree.
Going through fully accepting myself, I still think about my body and myself every day. But I'm in a good place. I'm definitely better than what I used to be and more accepting. Like, you know what, I am big, I am curved, and I look good. You know, I have the curve. I have the curves. I have like the je ne sais quoi. You know, like I have everything that anybody else has, and for you to be confident as well. And when you know it, that confidence like oozes out, and you can feel that when someone's energy as well. So.
Right. And that is officially a wrap.
Okay.
And we wanted to gift you guys some Jubilee merch. So,
Thank you. Oh my God, I love this.
I'm actually gonna wear this
I'm tearing up.
A bunch of pretty bitches. Okay, I think some of them are being a little bit unreasonable. I think a lot of them are offloading a lot of blame and a lot of turning a blind eye to some things that they do, whatever. It is what it is.